Hey guys, I know you spent a lot of time trying to get this circuit working today, and so I thought I would show you what was wrong and what it behaves like when it actually is working. So first off, let's take a look here at this diagram. This should look familiar. I circled in green the changes. So our first stage, powering the bulb, just added in a 100 ohm resistor here to protect the bulb, since you are sending that to a 15 volt signal and this is a 6 volt bulb, so that's just a small change. Our second stage is fine, and our third stage is where the main issue is. We had this differential amplifier here showing, putting out the difference between VA and VB, comes to an integrator here, and then for some unknown reason went to a inverter. Turns out that inverter is not what we wanted. So if I just take my signal at V5 and send that back to V1 and use that signal, everything works fine. So if I go over here and look at my circuit, turn this guy on, I can set kind of my initial brightness level using my power supply here. So let's see if you can see this on the phone. If I turn this up, it's kind of hard to see. It is dimming and brightening a bit. There you can see it dimming there a bit. So let me set it around 2 volts. It seems to work well. And now here I'm looking at the output signal of my integrator, which is the thing going back to control the bulb. And if I, as a quick example, just block this, so it'll try to get as bright as it can. Obviously it can only get so bright. Unblock it, it goes back down. And if we look at the scope while we're doing that, here, I can't really show you both at the same time, but if we look at the scope here, we can see I'm going to block it. I'm looking at that V5, the output of my integrator, goes to the max. I unblock it, drops back down. Now you'll notice when it jumps up, it works pretty fine. When it drops back down, you get that ripple there. And right now I have a, I think like a 50K resistor on the integrator, so I have a fairly small RC constant. If I flip this off and I take that out and I sub in a larger RC constant, then that will get rid of that ripple effect. So let me just pop that in there. Okay. And now, let's turn that back on. We can see the bulb is brightening and dimming much more slowly. And if we go look at the scope, nice smooth increase and all the way up to the top. And now I'll remove the paper and it'll dim back down, and we can see that it's a pretty smooth transition both sides. So if I take my bulb and I just move it up, you can see it's brightening, brightening, down, dimming. So it actually works pretty well once you take out that bloody inverter. So hopefully that'll help you guys write your lab report. You each, I believe, had it constructed correctly, because when I had that inverter in there, I was getting the same behavior that you guys were getting. So, see you next week for Arduinos.